I'll talk a little bit about Women's World Banking for those of you who aren't familiar with us. We are the global nonprofit devoted to giving more low-income women the financial services and products they need to achieve prosperity and security. For more than 35 years, we have been studying the lives of women and working with financial institutions to develop financial products that meet their needs, so savings, insurance, credit. We work with a diverse range of partners, from large commercial banks to NGOs and a lot of designations in between. And the one kind of common commitment, the one kind of common denominator across all of our financial partners is a shared commitment to increasing financial inclusion among low-income women. And when I speak about financial inclusion and a focus on women, I'm speaking about inclusion of women, not exclusion of men. You'll hear more about this on a panel on Thursday with my colleague, Robin Fly. But in a nutshell, what we've found is that when you design a product that meets the needs of women, the men often follow. So it's an inclusive approach. We take a life cycle approach to our product development. So identifying, studying, learning about, and identifying the financial needs of women and girls from youth through late adulthood. And one thing that I'll point out on this chart is that the one critical product across all key life cycle stages is savings. So from young girls who are saving for their own education to help their families keep them in school, through adulthood, and then of course through late adulthood when pensions and other types of savings become important as well. So before we get into the discussion with our panelists, I would actually like to ask the room a question. We've got a diverse range of institutions here, and I would like to know from the room, from the point of view of your institution, what is the benefit of small savings? Moral goodness aside, why have you taken the trip? What's the benefit to your institution of offering small savings programs? We can have someone answer. We can have a couple of answers from the room. I'd appreciate it. Someone must have an economic benefit, have found an economic benefit to their institution in the room.
Bon après-midi. Je m'appelle Dr. ici à la République francophone. Pour les petites épargnes, le client peut utiliser cet argent pour payer les études de leurs enfants ou bien les soins de santé. Les clients peuvent utiliser leurs petites épargnes pour payer l'éducation de leurs enfants ou bien pour payer les soins de santé pour leurs enfants ou bien même pour les parents.
Thank you very much. My name is David Bagalori. Why small savings? Small savings has been able to help many more women to start up their own businesses, sustain their children in school, and then also supplemented the family consumption needs. And then families has been able to perform funerals and then other parties that are very relevant to their culture as a result of small savings. Thank you.
We take one more. One back here.
My name is Colt Kobukuba. Two angles from small savings. One angle, as my friend has said, is able to mobilize savings from we have an avenue for the people who would otherwise not be saving to save for their use or for their future use, education, medical, and other things. Some of the money, if you don't mobilize, you will save it elsewhere, and some of it will be lost in the process. So you are able to save them to help them save, but you are able to enable their money to be secure. The security of the money of the small savers. By bringing them to the financial stream, you are not only enabling to keep for future, but also, because they save, it's not that the means that they used to save is listed under the mattress. When they come to floods, you know, some places are prone to floods. They flood and the money goes with the water, fires and other things. But when it is in a financial institution, it's safe. That's one, and as my friend has said. The other one, when the money comes to the financial institution, into the mainstream financial institution, is also used, from the financial institution point of view, is also used to be able to extend credit, which also assists the economies of the countries or the communities that those institutions are. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So we're hearing overall economic benefits to the families and communities, and then also to, in this case, Equity Bank being able to strengthen their portfolio and use that money to on-lend. So at Women's World Banking, we think of, we approach small savings first by starting with a business case. And we think of business case development as a useful change management tool. You know, with small savings, many institutions, small savings don't even enter the market because there's a belief that it's not worth the financial trip. You know, in Malawi, I hear bankers, I don't hear bankers talk about the unbanked, I hear them talk about the unbankable, right? And so what we find is that to engage those key decision makers, developing a business case, sharing the assumptions, and sharing the projections is sometimes the most meaningful way to actually engage a decision maker, have the conversation, and start the process of change management within an institution to embrace small savings as a program. At Women's World Banking, we don't look at any of our products as corporate social responsibility programs. Everything we do has to be sustainable, and so we're here today to kind of look at some of the approaches that have been taken to demonstrate the sustainability of a project. And luckily, with digital business models, you know, there are greater opportunities now to bring more players to the market, lower cost transactions. The entry of MNOs into many markets is allowing institutions to reach clients that they may not have otherwise been able to reach. And so it's kind of an exciting time right now as we're seeing more institutions enter the market, retail institutions that see growth opportunities, and then of course, credit cooperatives, MFIs who are, you know, as regulations are changing, able to offer small savings. We're seeing more and more opportunity. So with that, I will turn it over to our first panelist, is Marcus Shigoga, who will tell us about the NBS Bank Malawi's Pafupi program.